Today is Mother's Day. Mother's Day is so special day in her life. Let's know story of Become Mother's Day. When Jarvis' mother, Anne Reeves, died in 1905, Jarvis organized the first observances of Mother's Day at the Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church in Grafton, and later in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She chose the second Sunday in May because it was the Sunday closest to her mother's death. The white carnation, Reeves' favorite flower, became the holiday's symbol. Jarvis, who had no kids of her own, had a singular understanding of what Mother's Day should mean. She saw it as a day for children to visit their mothers at home and to remember the sacrifices that they had made. This is not a celebration of maudlin sentiment. It is one of practical benefit and patriotism, emphasizing the home as the highest inspiration of our individual and national lives, Jarvis wrote. She began a letter-writing campaign, reaching out to anyone who she thought could help promulgate the idea. Any mayor, merchant or minister, Antolini said. She wrote to Teddy Roosevelt. To Mark Twain. To every state governor, every year. By 1914, when most states had already recognized the day locally, the U.S. Congress passed a law designating Mother's Day a national holiday. A day later, President Woodrow Wilson issued an official proclamation. As Mother's Day grew more popular, Jarvis became distressed by what she saw as other groups co-opting the day she felt a sense of ownership over. She battled over the meaning of Mother's Day, Antolini said. Jarvis took issue with businesses, like greeting card companies and florists, that she felt began exploiting her day to maximize their own profits. Jarvis also was angered by the actions of charities like the American War Mothers, that began selling white carnations on Mother's Day as a fundraising tool. She once was arrested in Philadelphia for showing up unannounced at the group's convention. She crashed the event, yelling at members of the nonprofit organization for exploiting Mother's Day, Antolini said. A newspaper account said Jarvis was initially charged with disturbing the peace, but was later let off by a local magistrate. It was very much tied to her ego. That was her life, her fortune, everything was invested in it, Antolini said. When people started to take the day and lay claim to it and use it for different purposes, that bothered her. Ultimately, the fight, against the greeting card companies, the candy shops, the nonprofits, would consume her. She lost everything. It was a movement that economically, emotionally and physically drained her, until her death in 1948, Antolini said. She spent the last 4 years of her life in a sanitarium, blind and penniless. Mother's Day is the special time of year when you get to celebrate your first best friend and the person you always turn to when you need advice. Mother's Day is also a great time to show your love for all the other wonderful women in your life. If you're looking for a way to show your mother, grandmothers, sisters, aunts, and friends how special you think they are, these lovely quotes about mothers are just what you need. A mother is your first friend, your best friend, your forever friend.